Arsenal 1, PSV nil. Yes, people, why football? And this match reaction is coming out a little later than usual because I just came back from the Emirates Stadium to watch the game live. My first game I've actually watched live this season. It was a great experience, as it always is going to the Emirates. Extra great for this match, but I'm back to obviously give my thoughts for this Arsenal match. Routine performance, routine display, and we got the 3 points, and that puts us top of the table. And as long as we avoid defeat next week in the Netherlands, we go top of the Europa League table, cemented, which means we get a bye straight into the round of 16. Let's talk about this game as always, as I always do. Let's start off with the team in terms of how I thought we lined up. We lined up a lot as how I expected us to line up, to be honest. Arteta in the Europa League has done a lot of mixture between players that don't play regularly and then starters, sprinkling in the starters. It's not a full starter team, and I like that. Players like Xhaka, players like Jesus, Saka remained in that team to still give us that edge going forward. And in that first half, although we did have chances, there was nothing concrete where I thought we had to score. I can't believe we missed it. It was a lot of just training, second gear, where we just weren't quite upping up the levels to go and try to proceed to win that football match. Someone like Lokonga, for me, we saw when Partey came on the difference in levels. He was not quite up to scratch today. Just wasn't progressing that ball quick enough in that team, man. A lot of lateral sideways passing. We need that bullet passes right in between the lines so players can turn and progress the ball, run, pass, make chances happen. It was a lot of sideways. Good ball retention, but nothing quite progressive and no risk taking from Lokonga in terms of forward passes that we saw from Partey once he came on. Another player, Eddie Nketiah, out on the wing, he's a bit anonymous. He was much more involved when he was in the centre of the pitch in the last 10 minutes or so. When he's on the wings, just isn't quite for him. I know he says he can play with Jesus. I'm not moving Jesus from striker because Jesus at striker is so influential. And that means Eddie has to be pushed out to left wing. I just don't think Eddie's a left winger, man. At times he was getting the ball. He was making a couple of turns, trying to take the player down the line. But he just wasn't doing enough. I like to see Eddie Nketiah in the middle of the pitch. And unfortunately for him, if he wants to play in his best position, it will be in cup games because Jesus has to start up there in the Premier League. And I think pushing him out to the wide is doing a disservice both to him and Arsenal ourselves as well, because we don't play our best football when Eddie Nketiah is on the wing. In terms of our play, Fabio Vieira, not amazing today. Also got brought off for Ødegaard. Vieira just wasn't quite impacting the game like he normally does when he's come off in that Europa League. When he's come onto the team for the Europa League matches. He's always looked like he's been influential, making stuff happen. Today wasn't quite his football match. Also, the man next to him, Xhaka, didn't have a great first half, but stepped up massively in that second half, and of course got us the winning goal. Great goal as well. Pulled back by Tomiyasu and Xhaka on the scene to sweep it home with his right foot. In terms of standouts for me though, Jesus, unbelievable again today. Getting the ball turning, making things happen. Quick decisions in sharp areas and getting snapshots off. Saka as well also grew into the game. Had a couple of good chances that he missed though. I'm saying, look, he missed 2 gilt-edged chances. If you're playing a top team like Man City, for example, you can't miss both those chances. Look at Salah on the weekend. Missed a great chance. Second one had a carbon copy, put it away. Saka had 2 of the same chances and he hit both of them straight at the keeper. We need more than that from Saka. He scored a brilliant goal on the weekend. And obviously today, his misses did not cost us. But I do want to see him putting away those chances. You can afford to have one miss. But if you're having that same chance twice, you've got to bury the second one. Most definitely. In terms of the other players, the back line looks solid, man. Really solid. Rob Holding always puts in a good performance when he's in there. Tierney also, he's a bit one-dimensional, Tierney. He can't really slot into that centre mid position like Zinchenko does at times. And also, when he's on the wing, he just overlaps, like head down and just bombs it. He's a bit of a one-trick pony. But other than that, wasn't by any means bad in this game whatsoever. Tomiyasu also extremely solid as well in the right-back position, as he has been throughout his time at Arsenal Football Club. So no complaints there whatsoever. But let's be honest, although Arsenal were the one pressing the action, I was actually very disappointed with PSV and Cody Gakpo, one of our targets. We really stepped up the level when Ødegaard and Partey came on the pitch for Lokonga and Vieira. That's when we went from a team that was like playing decent, looking like they're good on the ball, but not really looking like they're going to break through and create a good chance, to then taking that next step up and really trying to force the action and get this winning goal. And we literally did straight after we subbed those players on. Brilliant goal from Xhaka. Now, in terms of how that complexion leaves us, Leeds was a tough game away. We're now playing Southampton, which is another tough game away. Fortunately, we didn't have to do any travelling in between the Leeds and Southampton game Obviously, of course, we have to go to the matches, the games themselves, but no midweek action like going to Norway like we did last week. So hopefully the boys will not have any jet lag or any sort of that type of tiredness from long trips, and we'll be all set to go to St. Mary's, in which will be a tough away game. I'm going to wrap this video up with the player ratings. In goal, Matt Turner. Look, man, clean sheet again for him. No complaints whatsoever. Didn't really have a save to make, so I'll give him a 7 out of 10 because he didn't go above and beyond to do anything special. Pretty sure if I was in goal, I would have saved everything as well, to be honest. But decent overall from Matt Turner. Right back, Tomiyasu also had a very good game. Give him a 7 out of 10. Doesn't get forward as much as Tierney got forward, but he still did his job defensively, and the whole back line was solid. We didn't concede a single goal, so that's great from Tomiyasu as well. Holding, Gabriel also give them a 7. It's going to be 7 throughout the whole team, basically. And then left back, Tierney is 7 as well. Lokong, I'm going to have to give a 6-2. Wasn't his best game. Lost the ball a couple of times and just wasn't pushing the ball forward quick enough. He was playing the safe passes left and right too often for me. Xhaka, I'll have to give an 8-2 because in that second half, he really stepped up his levels and started to force the action. Apart from a couple of times when he collided with Nketiah for no reason, he was really getting forward, getting his foot on the football, and of course scored the winning goal in a great finish for us. And then third forward, Vieira, I also have to give him a 6 because it wasn't his greatest game. Bit anonymous at times as well. Nketiah, I'm going to give a 6.5 to. Wasn't quite getting himself in the action. Saka on the other side, I'll give him a 7.5 to. Would have been high if he scored his chances, but still a decent game overall. And Jesus, an 8 out of 10. In terms of subs, I'm only going to rate Partey and Ødegaard because they were the two that came on earlier on in the game. And I'm going to give both of them a 7 out of 10. But overall, Arsenal, we get the victory at home to PSV. And it was a tough game in terms of we had to grind out the result. But we always looked in control. And of course, that makes it 12 points out of 12 in this Europa League fixture. As in Europa League table, Europa League season. As always, let me know your thoughts of the match in the comment section down below. And if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. I've been MyFootball and I hope to see you lot in the next video.